Hi, welcome to my studio. What do all of these pretty things have in common? They were all forgotten bits of jewelry. They were bracelets, they were earrings, they were necklaces. They were generally at the bottom of a box at a garage sale or a flea market. And what do they have in common now? I have scooped them up and I'm going to make them into something new. Do you want to see how that happens? Come on over, let's have a look. By the way, my name is Helen Benham. I am the creative director of Light of Day Jewelry, my company here in the San Francisco Bay Area, and this is what I do. Come on over, let's play. Welcome back. Wow, hyperspeed is great, but whew, I'm so tired now. Whew, hard to move that fast. Ah, just kidding. It's just magic. Anyway, I'm back. I wanted to give you the opportunity to see the finished piece. So there she is. You can see the cute little sun on the front. That was a focal piece from an old necklace. We have some vintage faux pearl from another necklace, some chain from something else. Inside is the teeny tiny little collage with the glitter and the itty bitty key. Super fun and different. I'm very happy with this. I think that somebody else will be happy with it too, hopefully. So I thought what I would do now that we've kind of experienced what my process looks like with all of the stuff everywhere and how I made sense of that. Some of the questions that I'm asked on a really regular basis, and I have a list. So I'll put my glasses on so I can read and see what it is. And one of the questions is, what is your starting point? And my starting point is always items that I find interesting. So I am inspired by color and texture, the mix of rough and smooth, the way two things play off of each other and how they look and the feel of it. And I can work from that into something, into a solid piece. I really, really love that. Sometimes it's color. I really don't have any kind of a limit on what is okay for me to use. They can be found objects. They can be, I mean, like I said, this is a marble. So it's pretty much anything that catches my eye. How did I get into this? Well, I was in Tahoe. I wanted to recreate a necklace, or excuse me, a bracelet that I had lost. And I picked out the beads I wanted, and I didn't know anything about jewelry making at that point, and had the nice woman who worked there put it together for me. And she said to me, "You're going to be a great beading person, like a beader." And I said, "I don't see myself working with beads." She goes, "Well, no, you're going to make jewelry though. That's what you're going to do." And I was at this real interesting crossroads of my life where I wasn't sure what I wanted to do. And I just sort of filed that away in the back of my head. And then I needed a necklace to go with the dress. I couldn't find what I wanted. And so I decided to make it. And that's what I've been doing ever since. So making the jewelry, giving it away as gifts. And then after being told several times, you should be selling this, and having people who were wearing my jewelry that I had gifted to them, having people stop them and tell them that I should be selling this, I finally took the hint. Start selling your jewelry. So that's what I did. I started to sell it, and the rest is history. Here we are. So that's that question. How did you do that? Do you ever get stuck? I get stuck all the time. It's like any other creative process where you are drawing on something that's coming out from inside of you, like the ability to see things differently and to recreate and to mix it up, and that can be a very hard process. So when I am stuck, that's when I come back to my workbench again and I dump stuff everywhere and just allow myself to play, to dig through it, to recombine things, to see how I like the look of something. And then that helps to get me unstuck so that I can keep moving forward. So yes, I'm stuck. If writers have writer's block, jewelry designers have jewelry block. I don't know what you call that. I just made that up. There you go. There's a name for it. So let's see, what else do we have on this list? Do you finish a piece that you don't want to sell, i.e. it's not your personal style? Yeah. I will make things sometimes that they're pretty and they're structurally fine, but they're just not my style. And I don't know why I'm making it actually, because I'm like, I don't know if I even like this, but I'll get it done and put it on social media or present it at a craft show, and somebody will want it. That'll be the one thing that they hone in on the table. And it goes back to what I believe, that every piece I make has a rightful owner in the world, and it's finding that rightful owner and getting them connected with their piece that makes the difference. So let's see, what else do we have? Let's see. What kind of interests, other kinds of art forms do I have besides jewelry making? I am a mosaic artist. I work in mixed media, which means paint and glue, and mixed media is pretty much anything you want it to be. I've done some hand bookmaking, some mono printing, stamping, and embossing. I sew, I create stuffed teddy bears. Made quite a few of those over the years. I think that's it. Done some embroidery, some cross stitch, and you know, I go through spates of things and wanting to try something and then getting into something else because of that. So painting, furniture refinishing, I don't know. All kinds of stuff, whatever. I have quite the closet of, let's try this art form and then put it away. So anyway, it's fun. Where do you find your stuff? Okay, so that is probably the number one question I get. Where do you find these things? And the answer to that is that it's a really big treasure hunt. So it's a lot of garage sales, antique stores, flea markets, just digging around. Sometimes it's my own jewelry box, things that I'm tired of wearing that I basically cannibalize and make into something else. I have people send me things that they're bored with. They're not wearing it anymore, and they want to see what I can do with it. So that's a really fun kind of a thing. And I have boxes and boxes of parts. I often, again, when I can't figure out what to do, pull those out, dig through, find something that I like, and keep going. So that's the hunt. Okay. What am I looking for when I'm scavenging? I'm looking for something different. I'm looking for something that maybe will go with something that I already have. So sometimes it's a color theme. I want a lot of blue stuff. Sometimes I need chain. So I'll buy a terrible necklace because it has quite a bit of chain to it. And then I put that in the chain box, and that ends up in something else. So really just depends on what I'm working on, and what I'm trying to make, and what I already have in stock. Because in the beginning I was just buying everything that appealed to me, and then I realized I had stuff I was never going to use. So try to curb that. Stay a little bit focused on, okay, this will go with those beads, and we'll put that together. So let's see, what else do we want to know here? What do you do with the jewelry that you can't use in sellable pieces? So sometimes I will have something that I literally just cannot make jewelry out of. It's just not going to work. And that started off a secondary project for me called Bring Your Own Bottle. And that ended up being things like this. So these are recycled jars that I have done all kinds of things to. This one just has some pretty ribbon on it and an old tie tack stuck in, and it holds tons of beads. This one has something that was in my grandma's jewelry box. I love this little hexagonal jar. I've used some liquid letting and some stained glass paint. This holds all the tags for my jewelry for shows. So these are modern bottles, recycled, kept out of a landfill, that have really great shapes. So I save things like spice jars and jelly jam jars, anything with a good shape that's interesting. And the jewelry that I can't sell generally ends up on those jars, along with paint and stamping and whatever else is interesting to me. And then I sell those also. And that's that. If you're interested in those, you can see that on my Facebook page called Bring Your Own Bottle. And there's also an Instagram page called Bring Your Own Bottle. And you can kind of take a look at that work. So, is it possible to use my own jewelry and have custom pieces made? Absolutely. That is one of my very favorite things to do. Clients will bring me their pieces of jewelry. It's generally family heirlooms. It's one of grandma's earrings that they don't want to part with. They don't know what to do with. Aunt Henrietta's stuff that they don't want to wear because it's just not their style, but they can't get rid of it. So they will bring me their things. I feel so honored to be a part of the ongoing history of this piece, to be part of their family history, and to be trusted with that is really a lot of fun for me. So I will take those pieces, talk to them about what they like, what their style is, combine them together sometimes into something different and new that's never existed, and they get to still have these family heirlooms without having something that's unwearable for them. So it's a wonderful process, and definitely if you're interested in that, you can reach out to me through my website, and there's a contact page, and I would be so happy to help you with that. Let's see what else. Where do you get your inspiration to begin this process of jewelry creation? I think I get inspired by so many different things. The color of something or the design in it. Costume jewelry used to be made in a way that was identical to fine jewelry. They were just using base metals as opposed to sterling or gold. They were using rhinestones as opposed to precious stones. But as far as the artistry was involved with it, really identical in that process. They were, molding things the same kind of way and crafting it the same kind of way. Just creating something that was accessible to more people on a grander scale, basically. So they're beautiful things. And when I find a single earring in the bottom of a box at a garage sale, I'm looking at it going, my gosh, this is from the 1940s. It's stunning. It's the workmanship is beautiful. I'm going to make this into a really pretty bracelet, or it's going to go on the front of a locket. And then it has a whole new life again. And those artisans that created that piece of jewelry have their piece live on, which is what inspires me too. It's taking something that nobody wants and making it into something that is attractive again and can go back out in the world and have a new life. That makes me happy. Let's see. So this is a good question. As an independent business owner, do you miss the interaction of having people around you? And do you ever plan on hiring anyone else? Well, that would be wonderful. I would love to grow to a point where I am able to hire other people. I think that would be terrific. As far as working on my own, I do miss the interaction with other people. It is a lonelier lifestyle to be, working by yourself. But I also find that when it's something creative, that I'm okay with being by myself, because I can turn on the music and I stream something on Netflix and watch that, or I just get lost in what I'm doing, and pretty soon a couple of hours has gone by, and I'm okay. So I try and have other kinds of social outlets. Of course, now with COVID, that's a little more difficult, but staying in touch with friends and family, and phone and text, and definitely when I have the opportunity, being with people who I care about. So that helps me too. But it is definitely a different kind of a lifestyle as far as interacting with other people. So, good question. Would I ever consider taking on an apprentice? Possibly. Yeah, if somebody's interested in learning. I don't know what I can really teach you. We're gonna dig through all this old stuff, and we're gonna make it new again. I think that would be a lot of fun. And I actually was approached by someone last week who said that she wanted to just come over and learn some jewelry making and watch what I do. And I'm really, flattered by that. It's a lot of fun that somebody finds my work interesting and wants to know what I do. So I think that's going to be a fun thing. We'll see. I don't know. And I guess that's it. So I think, let's see, I'll tell you a little about myself. Again, my name is Helen. I am a jewelry artist. My company is called Light of Day Jewelry. You can reach me through my website at lightofdayjewelry.com, spelled out just like that, lightofdayjewelry.com. You can find me there. You can see what I have available in my work. I have an Etsy store, also called Light of Day Jewelry. You can definitely see me there and purchase whatever I have. I am available to create custom work for you. I am also available when COVID lifts to come to your home and create jewelry with you there with your things. I've done this for a few clients. It's such a lot of fun. We sat all day long. We had lunch together, and this lady and her sister, this last couple of people that I worked with, brought in piles of jewelry, and we just dug through all day long and created pretty things. So that's a fun thing to do with you, and if you have friends who would be interested in that. You can find me on Instagram at Light of Day Jewelry, at Light of Day Jewelry. Also on Twitter at Light of Day Jewelry. You can find me on Facebook, Light of Day Jewelry. So I was lucky I was able to get that all the way across all the platforms. So that's, I think, all that I can think to tell you. I love what I do. I hope you like it also. And I really appreciate the opportunity to share my work with you. Again, here's the piece we made together. And I hope that, I hear from you. You can drop me a line on any of those social media platforms that we just talked about. I'd love to hear from you. If you've bought a piece from me in the past, I would love to see you wearing it. Send me a picture. Anyway, thank you again very much for the opportunity. Thank you for listening. I really appreciate it. Take care. Bye-bye.